My name is Cheryl Zebrowski. I'm a librarian here at New Mexico Highlands University. I've been here about 10 years. I grew up in a white middle-class community in the Midwest, but my parents were fairly frugal because they grew up during World War II where resources were fairly scarce and you recycled everything. One of the things they did to save money was our vacations were camping trips. Now, back in those days, camping was in a tent. You slept on the floor, you didn't have any electricity, you had to pump your water. So it was very primitive compared to today's campgrounds. But we would always go on the little ranger-led nature hikes. And I started learning the names of the flowers and plants and started learning some of the bird calls, and I really enjoyed it. At night, we would sit around the campfire singing funny camp songs and making s'mores. So, this great childhood memory. My mother was also very much into volunteering. One of her volunteer jobs was leading my campfire girl group, and campfire girls are kind of similar to Girl Scouts. But they're very nature-oriented, so we did a lot of outdoor activities. And also, they studied Native American culture, although looking back now, it was probably a very romanticized view of Native American culture. But I remember it sticking in my mind that they lived very sustainably. For example, if they killed an animal, they used every single part of it for something. When I was in junior high, the world just seemed to go crazy. There were hippies out in California. There were race riots in Detroit, protests against the Vietnam War. And then the Kent State shootings happened only about 100 miles from where I lived. This was the Ohio National Guard came in and shot unarmed students and killed 4 of them and wounded several others. But the image that sticks in my mind still today is the image of the young girl kneeling over her dead friend. And I'm going, what is this world coming to? About the same time, the first Earth Day happened. And that actually started me thinking more along environmental issues. My parents, of course, really got into Earth Day because it was a lot of recycling and sustainability type issues, although they didn't call it sustainability back in those days. So that kind of got my interest started in environmental issues. After college, I moved to California where I met my husband, and we got involved with the Sierra Club. The Sierra Club is one of the earliest grassroots environmental organization founded by John Muir in the late 1800s. So I started going on hikes with the Sierra Club because, of course, I love being outdoors. I took the leadership training and led hikes because I wanted to share my love of the outdoors with others. Same time, I've started reading more about environmental issues. I read Rachel Carson's Silent Spring. And at this time, there was a push to drill in the Arctic wilderness and run a pipeline across this fragile wilderness area. So the Sierra Club started a letter writing campaign, and our local group did letter writing to our government officials, our senators, and our representatives. And so we were all very happy when it actually got defeated. So I continued on. I lived many places, actually in Germany and Hawaii, but even so, I still kind of kept my environmentalism going. I would join various organizations and take some leadership roles in them. Then 25 years after the original Arctic pipeline was defeated, gas prices are back up to $4 a gallon, and the proposal to drill in the Arctic wilderness has raised its head again. And I was just really discouraged at that point, going, I thought we won this battle. 10 years ago, we moved to New Mexico, and I started noticing the local communities would come together and clear out the acequias and really start to care for the land, and that renewed my interest in being more active in the environmental issues. So I joined the local Sustainable Las Vegas group, and for a few years we helped organize Synergy Fest, which was a local music festival with the music powered from solar panels. We had more sustainable vendors. I've once again got my energy back to keep fighting the environmental issues.